This is That's NZ News, and I'm your host, Mush. Is your boss a muppet? Has your rank gone up? Have no fear, Mush is here. Guys, get a load of this freak. Flew all the way from Canada, right? And the muppet tried sneaking into New Zealand with 10 kilos of meth in his suitcase. Guess he thought the land of the long white cloud meant something else. Customs at Auckland Airport were like, yeah, nah. Opened his bag and boom, meth city. Bro had it zipped up like it was his shitty undies. All neat and tidy. Would have been worth like 3 mil on the street. That's enough to buy a leaky townhouse next to a gang pad in West Auckland. They reckon he didn't even give up his phone pin either. Straight up stood there like a burnt up punga stump. No comment. Bro thought he was a bloody statue at Te Papa. Just blend right in and they won't see you. Mate, this is not Jurassic Park and they are not T-Rexes. Anyways, long story short, court gave him 6 years and 3 months in the slammer. Welcome to NZ, bros. No air points, just metal bars and a bunk bed next to a fella named Huge Hemi Hemorrhoid. Wild one in the Hutt this week, eh? Some absolute peanut ripping around in a stolen whip, hooning it through Eastbourne like it's Bathurst or some shit. Police were onto it quick smart though. They laid down some spikes, but this fella swerves the spikes, fully floors it towards the cops like he's in GTA 6. Then boom, next thing you know, man's gone and T-boned a bloody school bus. Kids inside munching on shitty fucking Marmite sandwiches from Christopher Luxon, and old mate is out here doing a scene that even the local kebab shop bloke wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Police reckon they'll have a yarn with the driver later. Probably ask him if the bus was in eco mode or some shit. What? The Muppets in the stolen car legged it on foot, vanished, like your last dart on a windy deck. Police have found the vehicle though. Probably smells like Lynx Africa and regret. Anyway, shout out to Lower Hutt for keeping it spicy, as always. The government's finally pulling finger and making stalking illegal. I thought that was already a thing. Not just a slap on the wrist, no. We're talking up to 5 years in the clink. Used to be you had to stalk someone 3 times in 1 year to get pinged, like it was a fucking loyalty card. Now, 2 strikes over 2 years, and you're toast, mate. And get this, they're even cracking down on doxing too, which if you didn't know, is posting someone's private shit online to scare them. That's now considered proper stalking. Should have been on the list right after don't feed the seagulls, you fucking hoary. Also, if you're the kind of scumbag saving nudes or creepy vids of someone, the court can now tell you to delete that filth in 10 working days, or you'll wish you'd picked a better hobby, because you'll also be in a cell with Huge Hemi Hemorrhoid. One of the misters reckons it's about recognizing patterns in stalky behavior. Like bro, if you're doing drive-bys every anniversary, that ain't love, that's crazy. Even ACT jumped on board, though they're still trying to be all, don't clog the courts. Yeah bro, as long as creeps don't clog the bushes outside people's windows. Yeah. So yeah, stalkers, keyboard warriors, weird exes, and that hoary bitch from Hendo. You want to watch someone? Go home and tune into Shoreland Street, because if you're a stalker, you gotta love a bit of shorty, you fucking pussy. So anyway, please leave me alone. Now fucking get a load of this shit. Some absolute rocket scientist in Mount Wellington, of all places of course, he decided to shine a bloody laser at the Eagle chopper last night. Like that's not the dumbest thing you could do on a fucking Monday. The Eagle was helping out with a stolen car, you know, actual police work, and boom, laser in the eyes. Pilot's up there trying not to crash into a fucking tree. Meanwhile, this Muppet's out here playing Jedi with a torch from Auntie Henewai. Cops didn't muck around though. 32-year-old bloke in cuffs before his microwave dinner had even finished. He's now charged with endangering transport, which is like the fancy way of saying you nearly blinded a pilot, you pelican fucker. And get this, civil aviation reckon it can actually mess with a pilot's vision for days. Like my bro, what are you doing? This is not Grand Theft Auto. You don't get 5 stars. You get 5 years in a cell with hoary Hemi Hemorrhoid. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Someone get me a fucking Winnie Blue. Invercargill was turned into WAF Fail Central last weekend. Cops stopped 161 cars, and a third of them were basically rolling death traps. Like out of all those cars, only 8 passed inspection without any issues. The rest? Well, they were pink stickered, green stickered, or sent back to 1996 to die in a paddock. Apparently some of these fellas are driving around with bald tyres, no brakes, cracked windscreen, and more holes than a porno plot. Just out here testing gravity like they're invincible. Now I'll be honest, my ute isn't in perfect condition, but come on guys. And the cops? They weren't having it. Old mate, senior sergeant was like, guys, we've had enough of your bullshit. Said they're tired of knocking on doors to tell families someone's wrapped their Nissan around a power pole because they were being a dickhead, and fair enough. I mean, it's Invercargill, bro. I get it. There ain't fuck all to do. But maybe don't hoon a Mazda Demio with 3 bald tyres and a muffler held on by 3 cable ties and Henny-wise pubes. If your car sounds like a dying lawnmower, smells like burning clutch, well maybe you should park it up, champ. And wash out Henny-wise... No. Never. That was going to go way too far. Alright guys, I think I have found the most iconic Kiwi cunt I've ever seen in my life. Full props to this absolute savage Kiwi bushman, Shay Bloody Williamson, who went full Bear Grylls on crack and won alone Australia. This mad cunt lived in a damp ass teepee out in the middle of the Tasmanian wilderness for 76 days. Freezing, soaking wet, and surviving on nothing but worms, a camera, and pure raw Kiwi stubbornness. He survived on a diet of 1,000 worms, 14 eels, 23 fish, 0 bullshit, and the smell of Henny-wise fanny. First 3 weeks, slurping on worms like they're bloody spaghetti, because his crabs weren't biting. Lost a quarter of his body weight, nearly starved. And the prize money? Not for a Hilux or a boat, like you'd expect, straight onto the mortgage. Real Kiwi priorities, eh? Me personally, bags. What a bloke, what a weapon, what a fucking Kiwi unit. And if you're thinking you could do that, no, you're just a soft cunt who can't even survive a weekend without Wi-Fi. And now, I'm going to be reading out some of you guys' comments on the last video. Shout out to James-L202I. Bro, you missed the weather report for Greymouth. I was thinking of going for a swim and a picnic, but not sure now what the weather is doing tomorrow. Oh, shit. Sorry, James. I must have fucked up your weekend. I'll tell you what though, this time, it's looking pretty fucking wet. At least that's what Henny-wise said when I last saw her. Shout out to Hui Mate Waka. You're a gangster, bro, but nowhere as gangster as that unfinished looking tat on the inside of your arm, lol. Keep up the good work, our Neff. You want to see an awesome tat, Hui? Message me on Instagram and I'll send you a photo of my brown eye. Shout out to Pui Pureblood YT. He says, the horny hoary in Hendo is just misunderstood. No, Pui, I understood every crevice. Shout out to Maddie Thomas 2548. He says, bit of a tryhard, bro. Steph the Māori wannabe. Mate, if I wanted to be like Steph the Māori, I'd be smoking on a barbecue. Instead, the only thing I might smoke is crack at your mum's house. And shout out to Mr. Miller 27. He says, surely do a kickflip in the next video. Prove you're not just AI. Well, Mr. Miller, here you go. The world's biggest cock on the world's smallest skateboard. Awesome.